Hey guys, welcome to the world of eyebrows. I'm Jasmine's Arch, aka Jasmine, and I am your brow expert. Well, I will be after today, or hopefully when you subscribe and you like today, then you will be, or I will be your personal brow expert. I am an expert because I've been doing eyebrows for, over 20 years, and I've been blessed to be working at Anastasia Beverly Hills. And so I have been mentored by the queen of eyebrows. So I am still there. So if you guys are ever in Beverly Hills wanting to get your brow shaped by me, you need to come in and say hi and get some magic done on your eyebrows. So, okay, today is going to be fun because we're just going to focus on brow shapes. There's so many brow shapes, right? Everything from straight eyebrows to soft arch to those high diva arches. So I'm going to show you guys how you can get an arch that you don't necessarily have but you want to have. And so the power of eyebrow makeup, we can make that happen. So you guys can see right here the picture I'm putting up. You have your straight eyebrow. You have what you call, or what I'm calling, the upward eyebrow, or the straight arch. You have the soft arch. You have the medium, which is probably the most popular, and then you have the high arch. So depending on the shape of your face and just the size of your eyelid is also going to determine what shape is best for you. And I'll probably do another segment on the details of brow shapes and how that fits to your face, because that's going to take another whole other show for that. So today's just going to be about straight eyebrows, and it's going to be a little bit about that upward eyebrow, the little bit of the arch. And I'm going to tell you guys why you want this type of eyebrow. And if you have something like this, or you want this eyebrow, well, this show is for you. And if you like what you see, if you're learning something, picking up some tips here and there, please subscribe and give me a comment. If I haven't covered something or you have a question, that's the time to ask. So without further ado, let's get to the fun stuff. So as you can see, my right eyebrow is not quite there, and my favorite brow, which we all have, my favorite eyebrow, which is right here, is already filled in. And just so you guys know, if I haven't said it, my eyebrows are tattooed. So I probably would have never said that I'm glad that now I have a blank canvas, because now I could just make all these different types of shapes and I could show you guys how to fix that, right? So, and the brow tattoo, we'll cover that on another show, another time. But today, again, is all about the shape of the eyebrow. So you guys, if you wonder what is the perfect shape for me, I do have straighter eyebrow. I want a straighter eyebrow, but why does that look good for me, or do I want that? So we all want a little bit of arch, but the reason why straight eyebrows, or more of an arch straight eyebrow, is a little popular is because it kind of gives you a little bit of a lift. On my favorite side of the eyebrow, my shape is a little bit on the medium arch slash kind of a straight look. It's a kind of an in combination. The reason why it's more popular, or the straight eyebrow, is if you have more of a wider face or kind of a square face like myself, you're going to want that type of shape, simply because it kind of gives you more of a balance. You don't need that high thin arch or high diva arch, and then you got this kind of a rounded type of square face. It doesn't really aesthetically go, and if you guys have done that, you know what I mean. And how do you get that straighter look without looking too crazy, right? You don't want it to look so artificial or look too funny. So again, I did this eyebrow halfway, so that way I could demonstrate to you guys how we can get a little bit of a straighter look. So on my other shows, if you haven't seen it, I do show you guys how to map out the eyebrow, where to go in the inside of the eyebrow and how far you go to the outside of your eyebrow. So I go a little bit more in detail in how to figure that out. So why do I want it straight, and why do I want my ends to come out this way or a little bit more up? It's always about creating some sort of an illusion too, right? That's why we fill in our eyebrows. That's why we do makeup, so that we can maximize what we already have and make it even better. So we always want the ends to come out a little bit, not straight down, especially if your face is a little bit wider, again, like myself. So again, How many of you guys fill in your eyebrows and you usually forget to do the top? So as you can see, look straight at my eyebrows. You guys can see that this eyebrow is pretty full up here. I'm not pointing at the right area. It's a little full up here, and there's no color right up here, right? You guys can see that. So that's why you always want to make sure that when you're outlining or filling your eyebrows, you never want to forget the top area. It's very important because that also gives you that kind of lift. Who doesn't want a brow lift, right? We all want a brow lift. I don't care what shape of face you have, what age you are, we all want a brow lift. And in order to get that, you want to put a little bit of color above the eyebrows. That always kind of gives the illusion that you've got this natural lift without the surgery, without any of those needles, right? So this is a natural brow lift, ladies, so pay attention. So like I said, I didn't fill in the top of the eyebrows so I could demonstrate to you guys that if you have a pretty good shape already, or you have that kind of eyebrow look that's going out this way, you just kind of go on top of the eyebrow. In other words, you want to follow what you already have, but you just want to fill in right above what you already have. So check it out. Now the pencil I'm using is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. It doesn't matter what tool you use, and later on on another segment, I will go over the brow products, what to use, what's my favorite, and what can be your favorite. But for right now, I'm just going to use a brow definer just so that I can demonstrate to you guys how I'm feeling in the top. Now, to keep that straight look, or a little bit of that arch straight, again, you never want to forget the top, and this is where we're going to focus. So we're just going up. Now you can do this hair stroke this way, or you can just go straight across. It doesn't matter as long as you get that color on there. So you notice that I'm just kind of lightly touching my hair. I have some in there, trust me. And what you want to do is just go up, right? And always do a little bit and stand back in the mirror and look at your eyebrows and then go back to it. Because if you just focus on one side of the eyebrow, then you're going to look a little crazy because you're like, okay, now I have to match the other side. And then it's like this vicious cycle back and forth. So always want to do a little bit, and then you stand back and you kind of look at yourself in the mirror. So again, I'm putting a lot of weight right on the top of the eyebrow, so that way it kind of looks square. And even if it does look a little square at first, that's okay, because you always got that spoolie brush to kind of soften all the corners. The idea is to get the color on there first. So again, I'm just stroking some color right above the eyebrows, right here. Okay, so again, the straighter, notice that when I get to the ends here, I go this way. I don't pull my pencil down. I go this way, outside, above the eyebrows. So again, just going a little bit. Notice that I'm just going a tiny bit. I'm not going crazy. I'm not pushing that hard on my skin, or on my eyebrows, should I say. You never really need to do that. I see a lot of people pushing their colors on their eyebrows. No need. You just need to stroke a little bit here and there, just a tiny bit above the eyebrows. And if you go a little crazy, that's okay, because you just flip this little guy over and you just kind of comb right over the hair, right at the edge, really. And sometimes I'll even use my finger a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. See, there you go. And you guys can see that I'm just creating more of depth and weight right above my eyebrows. So there you go. Just a little bit. Notice that I just did the top. And again, you can just do these little scratches this way, or you can just do a straight line across just to give that visual look. I hope you learned something here today, and know that the straight arch or the straight brow is appealing mainly for people with a little bit of a wider face, like myself. So that's why I always go for a little bit of that straighter with kind of a slight arch up there. So you guys can play around and see where you want to kind of exaggerate a little bit more and how straight you want that. And you can also soften the corners. So again, remember I said earlier, you tend to go a little bit square. That's okay, because all you got to do is scratch the corners right here, and then you just kind of softened all the edges. Okay, so the spoolie brush is my favorite invention ever. Hope you guys learned something today, and like I said, please subscribe so that way you guys can always get the latest. and give me a like if you did like it. And make sure that you write a comment if I didn't cover something, or maybe I will in the future and I'm like, that's a really good question. So thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.